What's up, Big Yumbo here. Today I'm just going to show you some stuff that's sold. First, I'll show you my sales for the last 31 days. They're pretty good. It says we're up 77%. That's because I took a week off, and then it took like almost 2 weeks off. And then it took like another 2 weeks to come back in terms of how much money I'm making. So we're back up to 21,000. But I'd like to be at around 25 to 27,000. But that's going to be tough because I also lowered how many listings I'm doing per day. I'm only doing 25 right now, whereas before I was doing 30. So 21,000 for 25 listings is pretty good. Anyways, let's get to what sold. Here's a good one. I picked this up like 2 days ago. It is a vintage J. Crew shirt. This is my cover photo here. The reason I grabbed it is because it's a good loop collar camp shirt. Camp shirts where the collar lays flat against the chest. It has a straight hem. Usually it's kind of like a boxier fit, not too long. Sometimes they'll have a loop collar, which makes it better. And they're usually made out of lighter, more upgraded materials. Like this one is 100% linen. This one's also dead stock. I paid $12 for this because my Salvation Armies doubled their prices while I was on vacation last week. Pretty much there's not a single item in the Salvation Armies that's under $10, except for shorts. And shorts are like $8.99 now. It's insane. But this was a good item. It sold pretty much instantly for $38 on an offer. What else we got? Some Y2K jeans. Pretty much it doesn't even matter the brand anymore. Like, they're all so good. These are just Paco. They're not even that baggy. What? I guess I said wide leg. How baggy are they? Okay, I'll call 20 inches a wide leg. That's what we want, 20 inches. But yeah, pretty much any Y2K style jean. And then for your first photo, I think it's best to just show the coolest part of whatever you have. Like if the fading on the front is the coolest part, I show that. If just the tag is the coolest part, show that. Here's the military shirt. You'll see these, well, I see them all the time. They're not that good. They call these a waffle top. So you'd want to put that in there. But this brand, Secre, pretty much anything from this brand, Secre, you can list over $30 if it's manufactured by Secre. Yeah, but you'll see these all the time. They're not that good. This color is called Coyote Brown, if you were wondering. More Y2K jeans. This one, see, they were sick because the tag, the back patch, was in the middle of the jeans. So that's why I did this photo. I think like 35 bucks I got for those. And that Secre thing, I think I sold for over 30 bucks too. Just a youth size Patagonia shirt, like a little kid's 12. See, it's tiny. It might fit like a adult extra small, but this stuff's starting to finally sell. So, you know, be looking for jackets. I think every single reseller YouTuber is talking about how it's time to get your winter stuff, but I was always picking it up anyways. I got this from a guy that I bought a lot of military stuff from, but these weren't actual military. They were just mixed in with it. They're women's Abercrombie pants. I believe I got 50 bucks for these on an offer off of $59.88. See, women's 4. These are sick. I wasn't sure that they were going to sell so quick because they're women's. If these were men's, I'd probably price them at least 100 bucks, but yeah, military style is good. Pretty much anything true vintage I'm grabbing right now. I called this 60s, could be 70s, could be earlier. This is just Sears Kings Road. I see this stuff all the time. I think it is 60s because it's made out of Orlon. But this stuff used to just never sell for me. And this sold full price for $28.88. Like this stuff, this crappy kind of junky, when you go to an estate sale and it's just like you're looking for cool vintage shirts or whatever, and you just are flipping through this junk because it never sells 5 years ago. Now this stuff all sells super fast. It doesn't even really matter what it is as long as it's actually old. Yeah. So I'm grabbing a lot more of that stuff. True Religion, obviously, everyone knows about this. These are good. I keep finding them. I didn't find them for like 6 months, and now I find them like 2 or 3 times a week. They sold for full price, $50. They're just some faded kind of corduroys. Not much to say about that. Except one thing you can say about that is it can be kind of hard to tell between the men's and the women's for this brand. I got to the register with a pair of jeans. I did the pocket check, but I was still just not convinced that they were men's jeans, so I left them. Because the women's True Religion sucks. Same with like most of the brands that you would think would be good. Like, what is it? True Religion. What's the other one? Oh, it got dark in here. What's that other one? Rock Revival. The women's jeans pretty much all suck. I mean, somebody in the comments is going to say, oh, I sell them for $40, but I don't. They don't sell great for me. I paid $25 for this and it sold for $50, which isn't great margins, but I just had to buy it because I never find this brand. I look for this brand all the damn time. The reason I priced this one cheaper is it's got this really tacky, cheap, like third-party logo on the sleeve. Like this thing feels not good. It just completely ruined the shirt. I'd probably price this for like, $85 if it didn't have that, or maybe even more. The company's PXG. I think it's stands for Parsons Extreme Golf. It's super high-end stuff. I've sold a set of like a women's skirt and polo for like $150. It's good. Next, Y2K stuff. This is an Independent Trucks hoodie. It's got the old logo. They got canceled. Well, they didn't get canceled. They just changed their logo because people thought it looked like a Nazi iron cross. And I find that the stuff with this cross sells really great on eBay. But like these little, see how I did this first photo? I'm getting more artistic with it. And I think that's really helping everything. Because if you go on Instagram, all the kids, you got to know your audience, you know. So if you're getting teenagers shopping from your store, you want it to look like Instagram style photos. I might even change up the backdrop now that I'm getting a little more creative. I've had this carpet for about 1.5 years now. Look how disgusting it is. It's like super matted. I don't even know why people still buy stuff from me. It's so gross looking. But they buy a lot of stuff from me. This brand is really good. I wanted to sell this jacket for like $100, but I've had this hanging on my door for about 2 months because it had a disgusting amount. The photos don't even do justice to how much pet hair was on this. I couldn't get it off. I lint rolled this thing for probably cumulatively 1.5 hours maybe, and it just doesn't come off. I don't know how to get pet hair off of this stuff. But the company's called Best Made Co. And you can look up whatever you find from them. It's all pretty good. This jacket should have probably been a $100 jacket, but I just couldn't sell it for that much because I felt bad about all the hair. So I just listed it for $55 and it sold pretty much instantly for I think $45, $50. And now they can deal with that. And I think I even said there's a lot of pet hair and lint throughout. I lint rolled this thing for about 30 minutes and couldn't get it all out. Actually, lint rolled it longer than that. Just Polo Ralph Lauren in general is super damn good right now for me. Especially if you're really picky about what you buy. This one was sick because it's houndstooth and it's brown. You don't see brown polos a lot from them. So you can take a nice little photo that shows off the pattern, and it sold pretty much instantly for full price $24.88. And it's just a cotton polo shirt. The ones you see all day, every day. Sitka Gear, hunting brand. I had to price this cheaper than I wanted to. I believe I got 60 or 65 for it. Sold it pretty much instantly because it was new tags, but it had a bunch of holes on it. I was pissed. That's probably why I got donated. See, there's holes on the back of the collar, like 4 or 5 of them there. Holes by the armpit. I mean, I still made a bunch of money on it, but it was disappointing because I wanted to list it for like $125. I probably still should have listed it higher. Anyway, Sitka gear is really good. This one sold the same day I listed it for $145.88. I did not think it was going to sell that quick. And for this kind of stuff that's just cool, to be honest with you guys, I barely, for stuff that's like this, I don't even look up comps. I just go based on my imagination. So maybe I should have looked at comps. Maybe I should start looking up comps more thoroughly. But when I'm listing, I'm just throwing stuff up for prices that are based on my emotions. And usually my emotions are correct, because this one sold instantly for $145.88. It's just a loop collar. I think this one was silk, cotton silk blend. And dude, it's not even that old. It's made in China. So it's like early 2000s at the oldest. So otherwise it would be Hong Kong, right? Super sick. It's faded. It's not even in that good of condition. There is fading to the black color throughout. Channel photos. Just super pleased about this because this had a huge, like, you know when you put duct tape on something for a long time and you take the duct tape off and it has like all this thick, sticky adhesive? It had a huge stain on the chest of that. And I still bought it for $7. And I told my girlfriend, I think this is a really good one. And it turned out it was, because it sold instantly for almost $150. Here's another one. I was with my girlfriend. I paid $12 for it. I believe I got 35, maybe 33, at least 30. It's a Gap shirt. It's denim pearl snap. So there's two factors that are going for it pretty good. And then when I was listing it, I realized that it's actually selvage denim. Maybe I should have priced it for $45. But it sold pretty much instantly. So Gap is good. If it's a good item, the brand doesn't even really matter. But Gap isn't a bad brand. Surf stuff's really good right now. Hurley, Quicksilver, O'Neill, anything that's like Y2K style surf, like this is. This one I think is older than Y2K though, because it's made in Hong Kong, so it's 90s. But it's a corduroy jacket. I've had this thing listed forever, and finally jackets are starting to sell, and it ended up selling for $53. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Probably been listed for like almost a year, but still good item. 7 Diamonds is fire. This is my first time actually selling it. Two of my friends, Caleb and Dusty, they've been talking about this brand for like over a month, and finally found one that is the 4-way stretch, which I guess is what you're looking for. And it sold pretty much instantly, full price $29.88. So I will be on the lookout for more of that. Now that everyone's talking about it, it'll probably start to suck again. Here's a beautiful vintage LL Bean jacket. It's not that old. It's probably late 90s or early 2000s based on this tag. But it's just, well, actually this photo really sucks because there's like an illusion going on with it. It's a really bad photo. But it sold pretty much instantly, full price $75.88. And then a couple days later, somebody requested a return on it because it's too big. And they said, I guess this kind of jacket just runs big. It's no big deal. I'll sell it again. This thing also sold instantly. Didn't look up comps. I just decided to go for $50. I listed it for it. It sold for $40. I have an identical one. It's pretty much identical. That is just not selling. My photo isn't as good. See this one? The photo's not as close up and good. I should make that the first photo. Because this one, oops, sneak peek. This one sold instantly. And this one I tried to vary it. Oh, damn it, there's an offer, so I can't edit it. That's really annoying. Anyways, if it's super Y2K, Oakley is a really good brand for vintage Their software line is really good. There's mine, but that's just because of cookies, right? That mine showed up first. Oh, look what it says now. Yumbo Industries. Did it always say 9,000? I think that makes me look good. 9,000 next to 86, next to 3. So that probably affects how I'm able to sell more stuff than some people. Let's go highest. Vintage Oakley. Dude, these glasses are crazy. Let's just go shirt. Look at these, $200. And this is from the software line. Not that many of them sell for that much, but there's a lot in like the $50 to $100 range. Just like this basic shirt. What'd they get? $80? Whoa, that's a cool tag. 3 photos they took. Yeah, so look for vintage Oakley. Vintage Oakley bags are cool. Vintage Oakley glasses. Vintage Oakley everything is good. There's a ton of modern Oakley in the thrift store. Don't get confused. This sold instantly. I want to say $38 because that seems like an offer I would take instantly. It's about 15% off or so. It's a New Attack's outer known crew neck. Not much to say about that. Kelly Slater's brand, Surf. Good. I grabbed these a long time ago. They took forever to sell. They sold for $80 on an offer off of $137 because I got tired of waiting. Let's see. There's a tag in the back pocket that shows what they are. And now that I know more about clothing, I know that these are sateen material because it's the same type of material that like OG 107s are made out of. But I thought these were some true vintage thing. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I thought I found true vintage bucklebacks because of that tag and the buckleback. And I thought I found like a $500 item, but I didn't. It was modern, but it's some Japanese like reproduction style or vintage inspired thing. Japanese brand made in USA. So look for things with bucklebacks on them. I found a pair of Frontier Classics pants yesterday with a buckleback on them, and I was like lifting up to put them on the counter to buy them, and then this guy like runs over to me and he was like, please let me see the tag on that. And I like showed him, I was like, oh, it's just Frontier Classics. It's not the real thing. It's like a reproduction. He was like, oh dude, oh my God. I freaked out for a second because he thought I found real bucklebacks. And real bucklebacks don't really sell on eBay. They're more of a Instagram, you know a guy type of sell. Like, in real life, they'll sell for a lot more than this. But look, this one doesn't even have a leg. Crazy, right? So, like, stuff that's vintage inspired. Look, Double RL makes them. That's cool. Stuff that's like that. That's vintage inspired. But even with brands that are, like, lower, can still be pretty good. That's why I grabbed the Frontier Classics bucklebacks. And for your first photo, if you found something that's buckleback, you'd want to take a picture of the buckleback. Like that. Anyways, moving on. Dude, just more basic, crappy. This is, I said 60s. This is probably not 60s. This is probably 70s because it's polyester. Most of the stuff from the 70s is polyester you'll find. Could be 60s. I don't know. It's made in Hong Kong. It's probably 70s. But it's just a basic shirt sold full price $25.88. Sears, right? And this is the kind of stuff if you go to estate sales or this stuff gets marked down in the thrift store to half off all the time because it's just a plain yellow polyester shirt selling super quick. And it's not even cool. That's the thing. Because I used to say, because people would be like, oh, my vintage stuff doesn't sell, but they are buying not cool vintage. But now, vintage that's not even cool, if it's old, will sell. just because I guess years pass and naturally things that are older just get cooler with time. Yeah. This brand's really good. My girlfriend told me about it. We were at the Flea. She was looking stuff up and she found a shirt. She said, I think this is good. And it turned out it was. Pretty much every single thing I find from Retro Rifle, super tacky, lame company. It's like these gaudy prints with guns on them. It's super lame. I'm not anti-gun at all. I love guns. Dude, check it out. I guess I thought I had a gun around. Oh, girlfriend put it over here. Check it out, dude. Pretty sick, right? Trigger discipline. Oh, I had it pointing at my face. Anyways, that brand's good. Vintage J. Crew pants. Dude, I picked these up just based on what they look like. I like the pattern and they were like heavy wool. Sold full price. And they're just like pleated trousers. You just gotta go based on coolness. Been trying to do a lot more of that because the thrift's been dead in terms of like coming home with like 15 Vuori shirts or whatever. So this is actually a lot more fun to kind of gamble on what you think is gonna be cool. And it's been working out. This one was obviously, you'd think obviously this would be good, but there's literally this exact jacket. There was like 25 of them listed on eBay and like 2 sold. Super sick jacket. So I just listed it kind of low for $49. I believe I sold it for $45 or $40. Sold instantly, but there was a ton of these. And in general, for as far as vintage jacket goes, these hunting jackets are like everywhere and they're not that valuable. Still cool jacket. It was like basically dead stock. I said 60s. I don't know. It could be 70s. Everyone else said 60s. Probably 60s based on that tag. Anyways, thanks for watching.